Deary me. Hello. Hello. Welcome to FPL Mate. We are back for a deadline stream for Matchday 3. We're all set up. We're ready to go. And I don't know, by the way, and please do let me know, guys, if you can hear a whirring in the background, because I've got a giant air conditioning unit here that was an expensive purchase, but I think a necessary purchase, given it is just so hot in the UK. It's like 35 degrees. Too hot for me. Can you hear it? Because if it is too noisy, I will turn it off. But I really would rather leave it on, if possible, because it is boiling and I don't know how I'm going to get through 2 hours in this tiny box room without, you know, this old mate, my mate back here, to help me out, to help me through. Got a super chat already. This is from Samuel Sop, who says, Captain Saibari or Vinny Jr. You know what? Honestly, I'm thinking Hakimi. You can't hear it? It's fine? Okay, that's good. Good to hear. Yes, honestly, I'm assuming you're going for Hakimi. I know a lot of people are. Genuinely, I feel like if we're talking first captain of the match day, I feel like you can afford to take a little bit of a risk. And the thing is with Hakimi is if you get a clean sheet there and you get a goal out of him somehow or an assist, you're instantly going to be on a nice little a decent amount of points there. So actually, I think I'm going to go for Hakimi out of those games. If I wasn't to go for Hakimi, I think I would probably go for Vinny Jr. But yeah, Saibari in my team, not really a player I'm considering for captain, to be honest. So yeah, I think Hakimi could be really interesting for a captain for that. Well, I guess second game, assuming you have no players from Switzerland, Canada, Bosnia, Qatar. I've just the it's pumped up. It's making a louder noise. Hang on, let me. Is it making a noise? I don't know if that's coming through the microphone or not. Oh well, but yeah, apologies. Yeah, no, we don't have AC in the UK as standard. We don't have it as standard, so yeah, you have to. I am really concerned because it's very loud for me. But I hope that I've got my mic set up so it won't come through. But regardless, this is good to hear. Basically, tell me if you can hear it and tell me if it gets annoying at any point throughout the stream. Right, shall we have a look at my team? I appreciate you guys letting me know, by the way. Should we have a look at my team? Let's see where we're at. Honestly, I'm probably going to make a couple of changes literally right now. I've been playing around with this team a lot over the past really 2 days, but particularly since England failed to beat Ghana last night. There's been a lot of changes for me. I wish I could settle on a wild card. I know some people are going to be a little bit annoyed with me, who kind of watch the videos and expect that my team will always be identical to, you know, whatever it says in the videos. But unfortunately, I think the fact is with World Cup fantasy is we're reacting to games happening constantly. We're reacting to injury news. We're reacting to team news. We're reacting to the scouting bonus as well. So in that sense, we are constantly looking to make changes. So looking at my team here, I'm going to make a couple of changes off the rip, I think. I think I'm going to actually go for Verbruggen? No, not Verbruggen. I'm going to go for... I'm thinking of maybe going for Doué, because it looks like now that Singo is going to be out. And if I go for Doué, that is going to open up a few options for goalkeepers for me. I have 5.1 to spend. A few options here. So, because Kim Seung-gyu was in my team, because I do like the fact he's nice and cheap. I don't mind the chances of clean sheets against South Africa here. South Africa, only goal so far this tournament has, of course, been that one penalty. So, as such, I'm wondering if we can do a little bit better, even though I don't mind Kim Seung-gyu as a keeper. Not really feeling the Senegal defence perhaps as much as some other people are. But, you know, can we go for, like, Bunu, for example? Really, I want someone who plays after Yahya. Oh, for Yahya Fofana at 4.9%. What do you think about Messi? I think he's going to play 45 minutes. Which for some of you guys will be good enough against Jordan. Others of you might prefer to go for someone else. My opinion is, as great as Messi is, I trust someone like, I would imagine, Mbappe and Kane. I imagine these players will play 80 minutes as a minimum. And I prefer Mbappe and Kane in 80 minutes more than I like Messi in 45 minutes. If Messi was playing, you know, same minutes as Kane or Mbappe this match day, then absolutely I would be looking to go for Messi this week. But it does seem like his minutes are going to be a little bit more limited. Dave the Brave says, feeling in my gut that Dutch rotate, I'm inclined to tread carefully. I'm a little concerned about Somerville, and I think I might remove him. I'm thinking of removing him and maybe going for Verbruggen as the goalkeeper instead. I don't mind that Dutch defence against Tunisia. Tunisia do not look great. And that will leave me 5.7. And that's the problem. I'm struggling with the midfield most of all. I wonder if Yamal can come out. I'm not desperate to keep Yamal. I'm not desperate to keep Kamada. I would say certainly those three positions in my midfield are very much up for grabs. Vinny Jr., Saibari, really, really like those two picks. But really outside of that, yeah, I think there's a lot of discussion. I think there's a lot of debate. Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really see why the Dutch would rotate massively. I think the key players will play. Dumfries, Van Dijk, Gakpo, Verbruggen. The spine, the core of the team will play. Did someone say earlier that there is maybe some injury concerns around Brobby? Because if so, I have not seen that. So Brobby has a small injury concern. Oh yeah, that come in this morning. Okay. So I better write that down actually for you guys on the ticker. So Brobby has a slight hamstring issue, a small hamstring issue. So that may limit his minutes. And that came out this morning. Brobby has a slight hamstring issue. Okay, well that probably rules him out. He trained normally. Yeah, but he trained normally with the team yesterday, but it's come out this morning that it probably was flagged in training that he has the hamstring issue. I honestly, if you still like the look of him, fine. I do think Brobby is still maybe worth the risk because he is so cheap. He is such good value for money. However, you know, we've already seen with the Netherlands that they have multiple choices as the striker. You've got Marlon there. You've got Depay there as well. Depay played okay when he came on in Matchday 2. Obviously not as well as Brobby, who scored the 2 goals, but still. But you wonder if there is hamstring issues, you know, small hamstring issues, whether he will be rested, if there are alternative players. So even if he has trained, not super convinced. Why Doué over Agbadou? Okay, so basically what I have noticed over the games against Curacao so far is that they're conceding a lot of chances down their left flank, so the opposition's right flank. So Doué is going to be an advanced right back, so he is going to be very much in the position to kind of get those passes, get those crosses coming across, and exploit what looks to be a positional weakness that that Curacao do have. So I think it just seems that the right-sided players seem to be doing slightly better against Curacao than the left-sided players. So For that reason, I'm going for him. Are you sure Doué will start? I'm not 100% sure, no. But the latest reports on Singo, who played right back last game and actually played centre back in the first game, and Doué played right back. But Singo is the other player really in the squad who can play right back, and he came off injured last game, and he's not going to be fully fit right now. There is still a chance that Singo starts in Matchday 3, but he's not like fully fit right now, so we'll have to wait and see. If the latest reports are suggesting that he is going to get a couple of days rest and is not going to be available for this one. And if that is the case, then Doué is going to be the guy starting at right back. So that is the concern. Am I sticking with Katic captain? I mean, he's the only player I have playing in the opening 4 matches. So yeah, I am. Why would I not Okay, those of you saying why are you captaining Katic, please tell me who else I should captain, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. Yeah, of course, guys, please do remember, guys, that and I can't believe it, some people still don't know this. I'm still getting comments saying, wait, what do you mean change captain? What do you mean? You can change your captain in World Cup Fantasy. You can change it. If you're unhappy with your captain score, you can move your captain's armband to a different player who hasn't played yet. So basically, the strategy there is throw the captain's armband on whoever plays first in your squad. And then if you're unhappy with their score, you move the captain's armband on to whoever plays next. So in my team, for example, you're just using the players on screen and looking through the fixtures, which are on your screen way over there. So out of the first four games, which are all basically the games this week, are all taking place at the same time in blocks of 4. So Switzerland, Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, that is the first block of 4, all kicking off at the same time. So I'm going to captain one player from that block of 4, and I only have one player from that block of 4, and that is going to be Katic. From the next block of 4, I'm going to have Vinny Jr., Hakimi, Saibari right now at least. And I'm thinking Hakimi is going to be that second captain for me later on this evening. And then after that, it's going to go to an Ivory Coast player. And then after that, it will go to I don't actually have any players in the next block, unless I pick Kamada, in which case it'll be him. And the next block is going to be France, so going to be Mbappe. Then the next block after that is going to be Belgium, so it'll be De Kuiper. And then England, and I'm not going to have any players for the final block, which is Jordan, Argentina, Algeria, Austria. So actually, that is a fair point. That is maybe some motivation to pick Kamada or someone from the block of Japan, Sweden, Turkey, USA. Because I'm not going to pick a Sweden player. I'm not going to pick a Turkey player. I'm not going to pick a USA player. So maybe including someone from Japan is actually going to be kind of useful. If there's a storm, you're stuck with Katic. Yeah, I mean, that is true. That is true. But look, I'll keep an eye on weather reports over the next hour and a half. We should know. Where is that game being played, actually? Should we have a look? Bosnia, Qatar. Location. Seattle. There's not usually weather problems in Seattle, is there? That's like a fairly... Americans in the chat, can you help me out here? Seattle is like usually fine weather-wise. Not really a place known for hurricanes or earthquakes or anything like that, right? Always rains in Seattle? Okay, fine. I didn't say it was great weather, but it's not known for like hurricanes, right? Seattle's not known for it to be rainy. It's fine for weather. Should be fine. Maybe rain. Seattle should be chill. Cheers, guys. Appreciate that. FPL Joe says, how's the heat where you are, Dan? Not good, my friend. Not good. 35 Celsius right now. We can definitely do without that. But we've got a massive AC unit, which thankfully chat can't hear, but it's very loud for me. It's very loud for me. Seattle should be good. No tornadoes there. Fine. Okay. Well, then we're good to captain Katic. I'm glad we've got the vote of confidence there from the chat. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that. Okay. But anyway, regardless, we do need to try and figure out this final kind of run of players here. Kamada gives me an extra captain option, which does really tempt me. It's one extra captain opportunity that could be valuable. And Sweden, they've been appalling, haven't they? 5 goals conceded against Netherlands, and what was it? One goal conceded against Tunisia. That's saying something. But even before the tournament, we saw them struggling to string together results. Not good. Ben says, how many points on captain for you to not swap? It depends on what stage of the match day I'm at. In my first 2 captains, most likely are going to be Katic and Hakimi. If I can get 12 points from them, and remember, guys, this match day, you're going to have less captain opportunities because multiple games are kicking off at the same time. So there's going to be less opportunities for switches. So I think we do have to temper our expectations a little bit because of that. So 12 points, I think, would be absolutely fine for me for one of Katic or Hakimi. Don't know how likely that is. Japan plays the same time as Netherlands. Is that right? Is that right? Have I messed this up? Oh, yeah, they do. So, what am I looking at there? Oh, yeah, they do. Okay, no, I totally messed it up. Actually, okay, so what is the block I do need a captain from? It's Turkey, USA, Paraguay, Australia. Okay, my bad. Well spotted. Right, in that case, I don't need to have Kamada at all if I don't want him. Where was I? Completely distracted there. Who's the other Morocco mid you're looking at? Diaz, who I still might go for, to be fair. Diaz. Let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see a bit better. Yeah. So Diaz is the other Morocco midfielder I do quite like. But honestly, I do still like Kamada. So let's throw him back in. And that's going to give me 9.3 to spend. Now, the problem is I'm close enough to Yamal there, really, that I may as well try and find a route to get him, which means freeing up 0.7. I'm 0.7 million budget over budget. How do I free up 0.7 here? I'll answer some of your questions whilst we're going as well. Is Japan going to rotate heavily? I don't see why they would. They are not guaranteed through quite yet. They drew their second game. Of course, a win in the third game would be really, really good for them. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, goals, perhaps the priority there is going to be Japan versus Netherlands. Battle for the top spot. And it's basically a case of who scores more goals between the Netherlands and Japan. So, yeah, it could be, it's going down to goal difference between these two teams. So whoever scores the most goals wins. So both will be looking to, well, prioritise a win, of course, but score a few goals, which is why we do like the look of you know, Dutch attackers. I think you have to have a Dutch attacker in there. And it does definitely incentivise a Japan attacker as well. Thoughts on Somerville? Somerville looks good. Slight concerns about rotation, but aside from that, he looks really good value for money if he plays, if he gets decent minutes, which he should maybe get okay minutes, I think. Why not a Yarthabout? Just because I can't fit him in. Honestly, there is a lot of forwards I really like. I like a Yarthabout. I really like Ismail Assar as well. I wish Sarr, Gakpo, I wish these guys were listed as midfielders. I wish they were. But yeah, I'd love to have them all. I'd love to have Yarthabout. I'd love to have Sarr. Are you not doing Somerville, though? I'm kind of on the fence a little bit on Somerville. I can't really decide if I want him or not, to be honest. I mean, I could definitely throw Somerville in here and that would solve a lot of my budget issues, but it would mean I have to take out Verbruggen. I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced by Somerville's minutes. Not 100%. Yamal or Salah? I think I do prefer Yamal. Everybody removed for Fana, the goalkeeper. He's out of scouting bonus. He's officially gone, is he? To be honest, I still like the I do still like the Ivory Coast defense, but if I'm going for Doué here, and this might help. If I just take him out for now, I don't know if I'll put him back in before deadline. But if I take him out for now, then maybe that might help in the short term, at least. Let's find our good friend Kim Seung-gyu. Oh wait, where did Verbruggen go? Okay. And yeah, that's leaving 5.8 for a midfielder. No love for Korea. Not really, to be honest. Not really. I'm not super convinced. Select Yao for a keeper. I'm not totally convinced by Senegal defensively, just because that, to me, well, not just to me, it is a game which is going to favour attackers. Senegal need goals. Iraq need goals. The only way either Senegal or Iraq get out of the group is if they score a lot of goals and beat the other team by a lot of goals. It's a game that heavily incentivise scoring goals. So as such, if I don't know, if Senegal find themselves 2-0 up, they're not going to stop. They're going to keep going. They're going to keep trying to score more goals and more goals. They're going to go for the third. They're going to go for the fourth. They're going to go for the fifth. Head-to-head matters, not goal difference. Well, no, they're not going to get like first or second anymore. They're now competing for the best ranked third place teams, which there is no head-to-head in the best ranked third place teams. So in order to be one of the best ranked third place teams on just 3 points, because both of these teams have lost their opening 2 games, they both now, basically the only way they're going to get through as one of the best placed third place teams is to massively improve their goal difference. So the attack from Senegal, like it. I wouldn't mind trying to find a way to get some kind of Senegalese attacker in my team, but the one I like the most is Sarr, and it's difficult to fit him in. Jackson, I'm not going to pick him over Sarr. We've got Mane, who to me hasn't really looked amazing. However, set piece taker, penalty taker, and the fixture is going to favour him. I definitely think Mane, despite his weak-looking performances, I still think he's worth a look. I do think Mane is worth a look at, but I don't think he's just like a super high priority pick. So kind of difficult to fit him in. No Kessié. So yeah, Kessié is an interesting pick. And I've seen a lot of people going for him. I'm not super keen. I'm not super keen on Kessié, to be honest. He is the penalty taker for the Ivory Coast, but that's about it. He's a defensive midfielder, really. His record for Ivory Coast is not particularly strong. I think he scored a few goals in a lot of games. Rarely scores, rarely assists. So he has scored already this tournament, hasn't he? If I'm not mistaken, which might be why some people are kind of flocking towards him. But yeah, let's actually double check that is correct. Yes, he did score against Germany, but we can have a look. Franck Kessié. Oh, that's not how you spell Kessié. We look at his national team statistics. So 15 goals, 9 assists. Sounds good until you realise he's played 102 games. So we're looking at a 1 attacking return every just over 4 games, which isn't really good enough. Like, yes, he scored against Germany, but prior to that, he hadn't scored in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. See what I mean? So he's not the guy. He's not the guy. He's not the guy for me. Unless you really are struggling and you really do need someone cheap. Yandy Mande. I just don't see how we fit Ivory Coast attackers in. Hey Dan, a 7 captaincy option is good enough. Yeah, absolutely. think it should be fine. I think I would like 8 ideally, but 7 is fine. Do we think Van der Ven will start? Yes. However, I would try... I think Netherlands, this match day, Netherlands against Tunisia, to me looks like the fixture of the match day. And the biggest opportunity of the match day. Because you've got a highly motivated Netherlands against a Tunisia team that is just done. The head's completely gone. So, in that sense, I think going for the best Netherlands players is probably a priority. Going for attacking Netherlands players probably the priority first. And then after you've kind of got some attacking coverage, after that, yeah. 7 captains, what's going on? We need to explain the captains. You can go and check out the rules of World Cup Fantasy. You can change your captain at any point during the match day. Actually, no, that's not true. It's not literally any point. But after your captain is played, you can switch the captain's armband to a player who hasn't played yet. And you'll lose your captain's points from the old player, and you can now gain them from the new player. So you can have, essentially, lots of captains throughout the match day. Which is really important. It's not really mattered so far this tournament, because I think people have just been captaining Messi, Mbappe, you know, these players who most people have ended up on with their captain regardless. So would you go Yan Diomande or Ismaila Sarr? Oh, definitely Ismaila Sarr out of the two. Yan Diomande kind of been lacking an end product from what I've seen from him. And Ivory Coast not actually as motivated to score. Ivory Coast can get a 0-0 and they will finish. That will be their maximum finish, which will be second. They just need a 0-0. Whereas Senegal are highly motivated to score goal after goal after goal after goal and really not stop scoring goals. Which is why I'm a little concerned about their defence. I think, you know, there's a chance they may get caught on the counter-attack. I've seen Iraq a couple of times kind of launch these counter-attacks and kind of got close a couple of times. Medina, I'm a little worried about Medina's minutes. Really, all of Argentina players, I'm a little worried about their minutes. Can't see my entire team, to be honest. I'm the forward line is not changing right now. But certainly we are trying to figure out the rest of it, which is somewhat of a challenge, but we'll manage. Somerville, I would like to have Somerville. I think I don't know. I really hope Somerville can start, but I'm just not totally convinced. I'm kind of looks like I'm rounding off back to kind of where I started with my team. 5.2 for a goalkeeper, which probably takes me back to Bono, maybe. Andreas, thank you for the super sticker. To Kuiper minutes, Juve. I think genuinely to Kuiper's minutes look a little bit better than Juve's right now. A Mecha? No, definitely not a Mecha. Fair enough, he scored a couple of goals, but yeah. Germany against Ecuador now, it's not an easy fixture. Ecuador are a good defense, and you know, Lemaitre has never really been a player who is just known to score every match day. He's kind of incidental, I think. Sabitzer? You know what, Sabitzer's actually not really a player I've considered, but perhaps I should be considering Sabitzer. That's a great point. I mean, if you can fit Sabitzer in at 6.8 million, yeah, definitely a possibility. Yana says, what about Senegal triple Mane, Sarr, Jackson? That's overkill, man. That's overkill. I think just going for Sarr is probably enough. Sarr and Mane maybe at a push. I don't think I'd include Jackson. But like saying that, Jackson could... You never know who's going to be the one to score the goals. It could be Jackson this time. It could be his turn. Why are we so set on Harry Kane? Has he really earned it? Literally, and I said this. I just need to move my front three on screen, don't I, for a minute, just whilst I'm talking. I said this last week. Everyone was saying ahead when we were doing this stream for last match day, everyone was saying Kane is essential. Kane is the best striker in world football. You absolutely must get him. It's crazy how a player goes one game without scoring and the opinion completely changes. I think the setup generally from England was not really it, to be honest. And I don't think the same mistakes will be made against Panama. I think it'll be a little different. Which ones are your subs? Whoever plays last, which is going to be Kane. Can I have to explain the stuff? Lots of people still don't know. With Matchday 3, guys, read the rules of the game, man. Read the rules of the game. Who are your subs? Whoever plays last, and they'll be subbed on. Who's your captain? Whoever plays first, and then we'll move it if they don't score well. Check out the rules, guys. Honestly, you can change your captain. You can change it. You can sub players on. Important to know. More questions. Who are you benching? Whoever plays last, which in this is currently Kane, Yamal, and De Kuiper, I believe, are playing last. But I'm going to figure that out. Once I've got my squad actually set, I'll figure it out after that. Because we're not quite there yet. Thoughts on Elise instead of Yamal? I don't completely hate it, to be honest. I don't completely hate it. I mean, let's actually try this out. Like, if I was to go for Elise over Yamal, may actually allow me enough money to do someone else instead of Somerville. And then we could get Verbruggen back. So, if I bring Verbruggen back... I was trying to get me to select midfielders only. If I go Verbruggen in... 6.3... It's not really enough. Okay, what if we go... If I went for Mane... 3.4. That's not enough. It's not enough. Not going for Messi has to be the craziest decision. Call me crazy then, man. Call me crazy. That's absolutely fine with me. Okay, let's try Sabitzer, because, you know, if he was good enough for me in match day 1, he's good enough for me now. And then we can bring back the 5 million selected Yahya Fofana. So that's like not too bad. That's not too bad. Brobby, some small injury concerns around Brobby, which is putting me off. Australia goalkeeper is 3.5. So is the Egypt goalkeeper, actually, who I think I'd perhaps rather go for. Have you considered Freeman from USA? I'm not considering any USA players. I think they will probably rotate their squad a little bit. You know, players coming off at half time, players, you know, not starting who normally would. So I think we're gonna probably swerve, to be honest. Paraguay goalkeeper also 3.5. Who are Paraguay playing again this week? I actually forget. Oh, I don't know why it switched to that. Who are Paraguay playing? Sorry, I pressed the wrong button there. Australia. Could I do my Australians like that? Could I do them like that? I don't know. I don't know. Will you be keeping Kamada? I'm not wedded to the idea of Kamada. I would say the 3 midfield slots on the left, I'm not, you know, I'm in the experimental phase with these 3. I think I like the defense. I think I like the attack. But it's, for me, it's the 3 midfielders on the left and the 2 goalkeepers that I'm still kind of playing around with a little bit. So if we were theoretically to go for Yamal, that would how upset on Yamal am I? I mean, what could we do if we took out Yamal and just went cheap here? This is what I want to know. We could maybe upgrade Kamada as well. We could go Sabitzer. We could go Mane. We could go... Could we go Diaz? And then and I still have 5.5 for a goalkeeper. I could go for Pickford. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. It's a lot of like team talismans. Bono is a better pick. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, but it spreads my risk a little bit by going for an England goalkeeper. Thoughts on Isak differential? I'd have to upgrade Diallo. I just think Sweden just not looking good at all. Yeah, they're really struggling, and I think like, oh, the timer's wrong. Oh, I accidentally reset my timer. Sorry, let me fix that. That was when I was clicking around with buttons. I accidentally reset the timer. So downgrade Mbappe to Messi for 3.5. Yeah, but it would also mean that I would lose. I would lose like at least 30 minutes of football, which is a little annoying. So there is how many minutes till deadline? 1 hour and 21. Okay. Oh no. Is that correct? That's about right. The timer. Oh no, it's completely wrong. I've added an hour for some reason. It should be. But it's more like this now. Okay, I'm gonna have to just keep resetting it until it's exactly right. Let's check out the chat again. Best 12th man this week. It would definitely be a forward. I would definitely choose a forward for best man 12th man this match day. I mean, you could even go for Messi as a 12th man, potentially. One other issue with Messi is that we don't know if he's going to start for sure. And if he doesn't, hang on, let me show you guys. He doesn't play, and depending on your time zone, this may be tricky. He doesn't play till 3 a.m. in the final game of the entire round. So it is risky that, you know, if you go to bed before that, you're not even going to have the opportunity to see if he's starting and sub him on. And if he plays 45 minutes and gets subbed off, then, you know, you've got no opportunity to switch him out if he gets 1 point. But brother, how do we know he will rest? He's 39 years old and he's playing in his final World Cup, which is 8 games long. This game against Jordan has 0 consequences whatsoever. Argentina already guaranteed first in their group. If Messi is going to be required to take Argentina all the way to the final, then this is the perfect time to rest him. There isn't a single other opportunity where you can bench Messi. It's the only game you can reduce Messi's minutes. The only game in the entire tournament. And it's completely, you know, consequence free. So that is the motivation to reduce Messi's minutes. But if you think, you know, he's going to play 45 minutes maybe, and that's good enough for you, absolutely you should get him in your team. So that's my concern with Messi, and that's why I'm not picking him. But look, I'm really not begrudging anyone from picking him. I'm not saying like he's a bad pick or anything like that. Any idea on a 5.7 million midfielder? Somerville, Kamada's 5.8 maybe. Do I actually prefer Kamada to Sabitzer? This is the question. I think I might. Let's throw Diaz back in. So this leaves 1.7 in the bank. Surely we can do something with that. Surely we can find somewhere to spend 1.7 million. Let's sort by price. Even like Bruno Fernandes, not the worst shout in the world. I don't love him as a pick against Colombia though. Doku's back, by the way. Yeah, I think one Belgian player is enough for me. Thoughts on Trossard and Pulisic? Trossard, maybe if you trust Belgium, which I don't that much. Pulisic, probably not going to play. Maybe we'll play some limited minutes because of his injury issues. Why Kamada and not Nakamura? Kamada just better attacking record generally for Japan, if I'm not mistaken. How do we get Yamal back in here? I don't know that we do. I don't know that we do. I don't think Diaz is essential. What's Diaz's ownership like now? Oh, he's at 7.2. That's probably enough to put me off. Kamada 4.4. Mane's floating around 5. 8.1 budget. Maybe we need to find a way to get Yamal back in. And brings us right back to Somerville. Wait, hang on. Hold on a second. If we go for the Egypt goalkeeper, whose name escapes me. Where are you? There you are. Let's check out FPL Joe. What's the Egypt clean sheet odds? 39%. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. How much is the Senegal goalkeeper, who again name escapes me? Is he cheap? Like mega cheap? Do you think Vinicius is essential? Essential, no. I mean, I think it's more a case that he is one of the few midfielders that actually looks good this match day, to be honest. Because he's in good form and he's playing against Scotland, which is an okay opposition in a must-win game. So for those reasons outlaid, I think he's kind of the best of a pretty mediocre bunch, to be honest, in midfield. But anyway, if we were to go for Zhao, Mendy is injured, by the way. If we were to go for Zhao, then that would save us 0.3, which would give us a budget of 7.3. But honestly, do I love this goalkeeper combo? That's it. Is this goalkeeper combo filling me with confidence? Not really. But if we look at the clean sheet odds and try and find some scouting bonus. Wait, is Verbruggen not scouting bonus? Actually, have a look at this. He is right now. What's that tool that tells you the scouting bonus changes? What's that called? Ah, the 5% line. Let's see if we can find this. Solio, the 5% line. Oh, here it is. Okay. Cool. So, Mane no longer eligible. Fafana, Medina going to cross. Mazraoui's probably not going to cross. Kamada looks okay. Really? That's quite good to know. Sebon Golf here says, how are you feeling about Bosnia or Senegal goalkeepers? Okay. Like, somewhere in the middle, to be honest. I think there is a fairly solid chance both will concede. They wouldn't... I don't think either would make my top, 5, 6, 7, even 8 defenses if you're just purely looking for clean sheets. But I like Katic because he has genuine aerial threat. So you can add that string to his bow if you like. So I think that's the reason I'm going for him. But honestly, I'd be fine with no Bosnia goalkeeping coverage. And no Senegal goal. Senegal are all out attack in this game. So I think they are going to end up conceding on the counter attack potentially at some point in the game. I think Germany will start with Pavlovic and Goretzka. Yeah, good chance. Good chance there is some rotation. How high can Katic jump? He's about 6'5", so he doesn't need to jump that much. But anyway, let's circle back here for like a midfielder 7 or less. Hopefully less, so I can upgrade my Egypt goalkeeper. But Sabit's a 6.8. Or, hang on. Unless we go back in on Diaz. And that gives me 4.1 to spend on the backup goalkeeper. I think we're getting there, chaps. I think we're getting there. Brahim Diaz may be the move. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Need a replacement for Fafana as it looks like he's losing scouting bonus. Well, let's go through FPL Joe's odds, because this is... I'm also struggling with keepers a little bit here. But Verbruggen is scouting bonus, if I'm not mistaken. Verbruggen, he is 4.4. His velocity is not that high, so it looks like he's going to be fine. So if you're looking through the clean sheet odds, Verbruggen is going to be fine. Yaya Fofana, not looking good. Little bit worried about Argentina rotation, so I'm not going to be going there. Bono, no scouting bonus. Courtois, no scouting bonus. Alisson, no scouting bonus. Pickford, no scouting bonus. Senegal and... what's his name? Diao? Diao, maybe? If Mendy's going to be out. What do you think about Mustafa Zico? I'm not going to pretend I know anything about Mustafa Zico, unfortunately, Seb. I'm honoured that you feel that I am that knowledgeable. Let's have a look. What do we think about Mustafa Zico? He is an Egyptian left winger. He scored 3 goals in 4 appearances. 29 years old. Plays for Pyramids F. That's got to be a joke. Got the goal and the assist against New Zealand. Goal against Brazil. Goal against Russia. What do I think of him? I don't know. Is this... I don't know nearly enough about this player. What I would say is, is this a flash in the pan? Is it incidental? What do I think about Ramin Rezaeian? Mate, I don't know. But yeah, like, this is what I was kind of expecting. His domestic season is 14 goals and 4 assists in 41 games in the Egyptian Premier League. Now, fair enough. He did it on a cold, rainy night against New Zealand. but who, by the way, are the worst ranked team in the tournament, right? Or is it Curacao? Don't know. They're down there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no to him, unless you really want to. To be fair, the fixture for Egypt is okay. Like, if you're going to go for like a player from Egypt, it feels like it needs to be like a Salah level player to try and get anything out of that game. Because Iran are they're no mugs. It's not going to be a walk in the park. So, Timmy in the super chat here says, what changes have you made since your wildcard video? Lots, and we'll continue to make more over the next hour. To answer your question. Yeah, it's gonna be non-stop changes until deadline. How are we feeling about Lamine? I don't know, man. I feel like if he plays enough minutes and he's been rested enough, he was able to come off earlier than expected. It could be interesting, but again, I wonder if Yamal, if Spain are up by a couple of goals, are we going to see another case of him getting early subs? Probably. But there's not that many midfielders to choose from. He's on penalties, he's on corners, he's on free kicks. And if Spain are a couple of goals up, there is a very solid chance that he has been involved in one of those goals. So therefore, do we keep him? And then there's also the case of if the score is like 2-2, then one, Lamine has probably got a goal or assist. And two, there's more opportunity and he'll stay on the pitch. Which of the players you would say aren't leaving the wild card? Okay. Right now, the defense I'm fairly settled on. The right two midfielders, so Vinicius Jr. and Saibari, I'm settled on. And the three forwards I'm settled on. The two goalkeepers and the three midfielders on the left-hand side are the guys I'm not totally happy with. And I'm still trying to work out the best way to include hopefully some scouting bonus players. Which is not really helpful whenever I'm switching these constantly, and I imagine people are going to jump. A few people will jump on whoever I end up. But, like, is there not that many people watching today, are there? Oh, okay, there's a couple of thousand. That's quite a lot. More than I thought. By the way, guys, I probably should say, please do leave a like on the stream. It is massively appreciated. There's 2,278 of you in here right now. And how many likes are we on? Not enough. Not enough. I think we can do at least 500 likes on the stream. I think that would be a reasonable expectation, maybe. I would appreciate that, guys. Mo Salah / Mane of interest. Both. Yeah, both. I like both. I think I'm more likely to go for Mane than Salah. I think Salah is going to be involved in more of Egypt's goals, but I think Senegal will score more goals. Both on penalties, both on corners, both on free kicks. I'm stealing other people's viewers. Well, usually I'm on the other end of that one, so I'll leave a like if you tell me if it's a trap or not to go Saka. Is it a trap? The problem is, the reason Saka hasn't been starting is because he's not 100% fit and he's got some problems with his Achilles. That's the reason he's not been starting, not because he's not good enough. Do we think he'll start in the final game? Yes. But he is another player who will get subbed off early if England go up a couple of goals. How much do you trust Saka to be involved in those couple of goals pre-sub? And I'm not even 100% sure he starts. I think he will. So, is he a trap? No, I would say that Saka is an interesting differential with potential to go wrong. And if you're happy to take on that potential to go wrong, absolutely. Now, give me my like. I still need to figure out a goalkeeper combo that costs 8.2 milli. I need to go through these, cycle through these goalkeepers. Do I have to, am I going to have to go for the Senegal goalkeeper? He's the best clean sheet odds for any goalkeeper, 4.1 or less. Yeah. If we're just looking for pure clean sheet odds. But, like, honestly, I'm really not convinced by the Senegal clean sheet. I'm just not convinced. But I think the game state, you know, even if Senegal are 4-0 up at 90 minutes, they're going to be pushing for a 5th goal and could easily get counter-attacked. Would get a scouting bonus. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not bottling to the odds. I'm trusting my gut on this one. G Bailey says you've kept me first in your league for the past 2 match days. Good to hear, my friend. Good to hear. Will you show us your updated team? My team is updating constantly. In your World Cup, did you really like Somerville? I still like him a little bit. I'm just getting worried about minutes. And I think what is certainly creeping up on me a little bit is that Matchday 3 is going to be a match day where we will get a lot of players who won't play less minutes, and less minutes often means less points. So I think I just need to cut some players who are more minutes risk and only include slightly more minutes risk players if I feel they have very high upside, very high potential for points. Now, whether you feel Somerville is in that category or not is kind of up to you. Somerville is certainly very, very useful in terms of budget. And he does free up money. And that actually, having him instead of Kamada could actually be quite useful to me. But what, Bosnia goalkeeper? I'm definitely not doubling up on the Bosnia goal defense. Definitely not doing that. De Bruyne, just not been feeling De Bruyne's performances so far this tournament. Mbappe might not start. I can't think of a reason why Mbappe wouldn't start. They need to beat Norway to top the group. Hakimi or Masraoui? Hakimi, no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. Kessié, not a fan, personally. What about Manzambi? Not really feeling the fixture, to be honest. What the projected goals? 1.24. Yeah. I don't think we're touching Switzerland's attack. Grew up in Senegal. I'm not confident Zhao is the nailed backup goalkeeper. Honestly, neither am I. Which is part of the reason I'm kind of put off him a little bit. Cheeky Neymar gamble, if you really want to. If you really want to. Not for me. How do you feel about a Yarthabal? I like him. I wish I could fit him in. Why is Hakimi a no-brainer? Because Morocco have an excellent fixture. One of the best fixtures of the entire match day. You got very high clean sheet odds, but also Hakimi, an attacking freak. So attacking on corners, free kicks, penalties. So many routes to points. Yeah, if a defender is going to do essentially what Nuno Mendes did last match day, it's going to be Hakimi. So for me, it's a no-brainer. Hakimi, literally one of the first players in my team. But Conan and Singo. Conan, I'm not so keen on, as it does feel like the chances that Curacao concede are mostly down the right-hand side, or sorry, their left-hand side, really. So that favours right-hand-sided attackers from Ivory Coast, which means Doué. Singo, it looks like he's not going to play. What do you think about Ayari instead of Kamada? It's knee-jerk. It's knee-jerk. Ayari had a one-off game against a very, very weak Tunisia side. It's unlikely to happen again against Kamada, against Japan. Honestly, Sweden are a mess. Could Messi miss out? I think Messi will play some minutes. I think he'll play 45. Thoughts on O'Reilly? Yeah, don't mind him. Quite like him. Ivory Coast. If there's one Ivory Coast defender who I would pick, it would be Agbadou. If you're unsure and a little nervous on Doué, Agbadou is the same price. And honestly, I could potentially go for Agbadou. I could see myself going for him because he's got that aerial threat. So if you're kind of looking for a corner goal, then maybe he's the guy. I mean, let's try him out for size. Let's have a look. What do we feel? I mean, that certainly gives me more confidence. That certainly makes me more confident in my minutes, which is maybe what I'm aiming for. Bro, I only have 3 defenders. Lol, this is hard. Really? I'm honestly, there's loads of defenders I want. There's loads of forwards I want. So Agbadou. I believe he scored a couple of goals in qualifying as well. Maybe not a couple of goals. A goal and assist or something. Oh, yeah, it was a goal and assist against Seychelles. But, like, he is a player. I remember when he played for Wolves, did have a little bit of that aerial threat. If anyone's going to be the aerial threat, it's going to be him, right? Let's see his career goals. That's not actually as good as I thought it was going to be. But who else? I mean, if anyone's going to be the aerial threat in the centre-back position for Ivory Coast, it's going to be him. Surely. You would think. I think it brings us back to Doué, to be honest. Like we've seen against Curacao, the fullbacks are very, very high because you can have all of the ball against Curacao. So the fullbacks are going to be very involved in open play. Why no Salah? Why no a million different players, to be honest, man? But Salah is definitely not a must-have player. Cream says, why are we sleeping on Messi / Argentina? They're playing Jordan. Yeah, but Argentina are already qualified. They will rotate their squad. And we think Messi's going to only play about 45 minutes. Now, if that's good enough for you, go for Messi. But I think if you've got Mbappe, Kane and Gakpo right there as alternative forward, I think have similar... You're certainly Mbappe, Kane. Would it be fair to say that right now they're similar quality players to Messi? Most would say better right now in the modern era, modern day. And these guys will play twice as many minutes as Messi. So when you have the alternatives like Mbappe and Kane, I think it does rule Messi out. Now, if France and England were also already qualified and guaranteed to be through in first place in their groups, And then I was starting to worry about Mbappe or Kane. I'd certainly rather have Messi for 45 minutes against Jordan than Mbappe or Kane for 45 minutes against their oppositions. But that's not the case, so that's where we're at. Diamande over one of either Kane, Mbappe, or Gakpo. Not for me. I'm not super keen on Gakpo and his end product, to be totally honest with you. So, yeah. Just not really much end product there from him. And actually, a lot of the XG conceded on the other side. Actually, against Curacao. Kind of favours the other side. Jamie says, no Argentina defence. Surely Martinez a given and Otamendi highly likely. I'm not confident enough to go for them. Personally, I want my first thought is minutes. I want players who I'm very confident are going to get significant minutes. And if I'm picking someone who I'm not super confident in, I want to make sure they are a player who, in limited minutes, could do a lot of damage. Or if they were to get good minutes after all, they could do a lot of damage. So players like Doué, De Kuiper, I'm not 100% convinced on their minutes, but I know both of them are very, very dangerous if they do get the minutes. Very dangerous indeed. And, you know, these are the guys who could go get those mega defender scores with a scouting bonus, with a clean sheet, with the potential goals there because they take shots. Ante here says Diamando over one of either Kane, Mbappe, or Kane this time. No, same answer as last time, Ante. No, I'm not feeling the Diamande hype. It's not that I'm not feeling. I think he's a brilliant football player, but unfortunately, we're left in a situation in World Cup Fantasy where there are so many amazing forwards, and you can only pick 3 of them. And unfortunately, Diamande has not proven yet in his career that he is, you know, an elite forward in the same way as Kane, Mbappe, Messi, Gakpo, even as Ismaila Sarr I would prefer to Diamande. Ahmad has had better output for the same team than Diamande. So there's options. There's options. Rangel, Mexico goalkeeper. I actually don't think Rangel's going to start. Although saying that, speaking of starting, we should have lineups now, right? We should have lineups. Presumably, Katic is confirmed playing, which will be a nice start. Edin Dzeko. Edin Dzeko is an interesting differential as well. I even prefer Dzeko to Diamande. So yeah, Katic is starting. Is Dzeko starting? Anyone else interesting? What's the other game? Switzerland, Canada. Jonathan David's starting. Maxime Crepeau. Manzambi. Not massively feeling. Not massively feeling the Canada fixture. Canada look decent so far. How many captains should I have? Minimum 6, I would say. Minimum 6. Okay, let's find a goalkeeper. Let's find a goalkeeper for 4.1 or less. Let's finish off my jigsaw puzzle. Is it actually going to have to be an Egypt goalkeeper? Whose name continues to escape me. So if I am to do that, what I would want to do is for my other goalkeeper, who I'd have 4.7 to spend on, I would want them to play after Egypt, which really limits me there. And I basically would be at Pickford or no one. And I can't, I'm one short of Pickford, right? 0.1 short of Pickford there. That's the only combination I would have involving that Egypt goalkeeper. It's not working for me. We're gonna have to try again. Thoughts on today's captain, Morocco and Brazil at the same time? For me, it's Hakimi. Your first captain, in my opinion, should be your highest risk captain. Livakovic. I don't mind Livakovic, but is he? How much is he? Because actually, I don't hate that one. What are Ghana shooting for in this game? Ghana are a win and a draw. Croatia are a win. So Croatia need to beat Ghana. Which means Croatia are far more incentivized to attack than Ghana. So, therefore, yeah, game state does not look good there. Verbruggen and Egypt guy works, no? Oh my word. Are you right? Is that right? Egypt, Verbruggen. If you're right, amazing. No. No. Because I need... if I'm going for Egypt goalkeeper, I need the backup to play after him, and I need someone who I'm much more confident in, because the last thing I want is going for a goalkeeper and it failing, and then I'm worrying, thinking, oh man, Mustafa's coming up. I'm not confident about Mustafa. I need Mustafa to be the guy who fails first. I need him to be that guy. And because he's playing so late in the match day, he is not that guy. Congo goalkeeper. Congo play even later in the match day, don't they? Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't work strategically for me personally. Oh, man. Just switch off your mile to someone cheaper. That would save. Just go Bosnia goalkeeper and Verbruggen. You know what? If I could go Verbruggen and go for a different 3.5 goalkeeper, downgrade Diaz. I quite like Diaz though. I mean, I could do. Is Doué confirmed to start? No. I'm not massively feeling double Bosnia defense. I'm not massively feeling it. Joe says, if it helps, you can show the kickoff times / dates on the odd site. Oh, we'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. Ah, very nice. However, what I need your website to tell me, Joe, is which goalkeeper costs 3.5. Right, who are the 3.5 million goalkeepers? That's what we need to know. Let's go through them. Kane versus Gakpo. Genuinely, I think there might be an argument for Gakpo over Kane. I don't think there's much in it between the two players. Why do you think Hakimi outscores Vinny? No, I don't necessarily think Hakimi outscores Vinny, but I think Hakimi has a higher ceiling than Vinny. I think Hakimi is a better high-risk, high-reward pick than Vinny, if that makes sense. But yeah, if you want to play it, it's slightly safer, then Vinny Jr. is probably the play. But we don't do that. Okay. So we've got Beach, who plays 3 a.m. on the 26th. You play midnight on the 26th. So you're not going to work with Verbruggen. Which teams are my options? So... no. I'm limited. I'm really limited. Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Right, I need a goalkeeper combo, chat. I'm sorry, but the team that you are showing is the equip that you will go with. Is it? Oh, is it the team that I'll go with? Maybe. I'll tell you in 42 minutes. Fafana Zhao. Or, hear me out. I'm just not totally convinced by Zhao. I'm just not totally convinced. But, like, that may be where I'm at. If we're looking purely on clean sheet odds, as per FPLjoe.com, Senegal have the best clean sheet odds for any goalkeeper sub 4.1 million. It's good. I just worry about the game state. I worry about the game state. And I don't know if I want to have that as my backup. This is what I've been saying, Tristan. All stream. It'll be 5-0 up and they'll still be attacking and they'll still be susceptible for a counter-attack. I really don't want to overload. And I don't think it's even guaranteed that Zhao is going to be the goalkeeper for Senegal. He probably is, but it's not guaranteed. You haven't spoken about KDB, brother. He's just not looked good, man. He's just not looked good. It's not looked amazing. How many points to stick to current captain? 12? Yarthabao is a good pick still. Oh, for sure, man, for sure. How about Bunu and Kim? Doesn't work, mate. I'm tight on budget. It might. I have 4.1 to spend. The only way I resolve this, I think, is by downgrading Kamada and Diaz. One off. That's the only way around it. Unless I ditch the Kuiper. Why not downgrade Mbappe? Nah, Mbappe is not negotiable for me. World Cup Mbappe is just like on another level. Why are you so set on your Yamal? I mean, I'm not crazy set on your Yamal, to be fair. But it's more that if I downgrade your Yamal, I'm going to be left with too much money. And, you know, nowhere really to spend it. So I may as well do the upgrade. Get Crapo. Is that the worst shout in the world? I mean, we know he's going to start. What are the odds saying for Canada clean sheet? 29%. Even Cape Verde are better than that. It might be an Egypt job. It might have to be an Egypt job. I'm not downgrading De Kuiper to Michele. If I'm picking a Belgium defender, it's De Kuiper or no one. I'm picking him for the attacking, the shots he's taking. Bosnia goalkeeper clears Canada. Yeah, you're probably right in that regard. But do I really want double Bosnia goalkeeping? Sorry, defense. I don't really. It could be Egypt. We could be back to Egypt. And I'll just have to kind of get over the fact of the order that I'm picking them. Yeah, I think maybe we just go for Bruggen. And what's his name? Mustafa? This might have to be the play. I mean, it's not bad, is it? If Verbruggen is going to keep scouting bonus, it's not the order I would have liked. with Netherlands playing first. But let's just check out this team. Let's look at this team. Let's see what we'll do a little debrief. We'll do a little debrief. And we'll figure out, do we really like it? Is it wicked? Does this spark joy? Does this team spark joy? Answers on a postcard. I don't know. I don't know. Parts of it feel a little wrong, right? Double Morocco attack feels wrong. I think the reason it looks a little dodgy is because Lamine Yamal and Kane are on the bench. I think if I was to switch out, I don't know, for example, Katic and, I don't know, Kamada with Yamal and Kane, then suddenly this would look like a really strong team. So I think it's the order that's throwing off a little bit. This is just for this week, yeah, Rufus. The wild card. Well, I mean, yeah, if you were to use your wild card this week, it will be for 1 week only, because actually next match day, you're going to get unlimited transfers anyway. So any wild card this week is effectively for 1 week only. Alvarez versus Jordan. Yeah, I mean, I think Alvarez has a good chance of some decent minutes against Jordan. So if you're happy to take the risk there, go for it. But it's like, you know, I don't feel particularly inclined to take a risk in attack, because Kane, Mbappe, Gakpo, these are very solid options with decent fixtures who are guaranteed for minutes, talismans of their teams. I don't really feel the need to take a risk in the attacking areas. I'm more happy to take a risk really in the defense and midfield, because actually I don't think there's that many options anyway. I'm going to refresh this to see if the scouting bonus has changed on any of these. So you're still under 5. I can't, but he was like 0.4% selected when I first threw him in before I made the video yesterday. Clearly a lot of people have seen that video. In fact, I actually want to check how many views that's got. By the way, guys, I cannot be thankful enough the support on the content over the World Cup. It's been absolutely crazy. I was not expecting, you know, this amount of views, support, whatever. It's awesome. Thank you so much. You've reinvigorated my passion for content creation. It has to be said. Yeah. So that wildcard video from yesterday's got 80,000 views almost. Crazy. So yeah, okay, but he's fine. Dumfries was never getting scouting bonus. Hakimi was never getting scouting bonus. Doué still looks good. Kamada still looks good. Diaz and Saibari are well over at this point, aren't they? Vinny Jr. No. Gakpo no. Mbappe no. Mustafa's still going to get you scouting. Yamal is not, but his ownership has dropped drastically. Takaipa's going to be fine. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be good for scouting bonus on most of these players, other than Diaz, who's kind of gone over the threshold. Maybe we'll check out this. Nicholas says, get Somerville, Gakpo to Sarr. Get Somerville and Gakpo to Sarr. Yeah, could do. I just think I like the fixture for the Netherlands so much that for me, I think it's one of those fixtures where you just kind of got to pick the players you like the most first, and then make kind of I don't know what the word is. Make concessions, I guess, later. Thoughts on Rashford? If you think Rashford's going to start, he could be interesting, but I think there's so many goal-scoring outlets for England that it's difficult to say. So now which players aren't leaving? Timmy, if you want to know which players are going to be in my wildcard team at deadline, you are going to have to stay until deadline. What I said earlier is not changed. I gathering, Timmy, that you're very, very keen to have an identical team to me. I'm guessing, right? You are going to literally have to stay until deadline because I cannot commit to a team until deadline. I cannot commit to it. There's too much at stake. There's too much changing. There's too much experimenting to be done. My team is very much not locked until deadline. Who are you captaining 11 PM? Probably Hakimi. Unless I bottle it. Mazraoui is on the wire. Where's the other page where it shows? I swear there was another page where it kind of showed like who's close. And we can just search. What's Mazraoui saying then? Should he not be on this page? Wow. Look at the trends, man. Some content creators got Mazraoui in their team, haven't they? Who is it? Which content creator put Mazraoui in? Because there's no other reason. Can we see it? People are very keen to copy this team. Right. I just want to go on record. My team... Oh, players have moved position. That's confusing. My team is probably that far confirmed. I say confirmed. It's not even that. This is my team, excluding the players who are blanked out. That's my team right now. I'm sorry we're not complete. I saw FPL Tom use Mazraoui. What we say in chat, to Kuiper or O'Reilly. Actually, that's the point. I can definitely see myself going for O'Reilly over to Kuiper. I can definitely see myself doing that. You can downgrade your Mile to Elise and upgrade the keeper. I could do, but I want the set piece takers. And Elise, he's got some corner share, but I want the penalty takers, really, from each team. Hakimi's not going anywhere. Hakimi's staying. Hakimi's my 11 PM captain. Double up on Morocco defense and add Somerville. Yeah, I mean, for sure you could do. I've got no problem with double Morocco defense. Don't think it's something I'm going to do. Why Star out? Because England. If England went through in guaranteed first by winning last night, Ismaila Sarr would still be in my team. For me, Ismaila Sarr is genuinely my fourth favourite forward right now. And it's a shame that I can't fit him in because I would love to have him. I really would. Chief opinions? I'm just gonna... No, I'm gonna leave the defense like. Chief opinions. I'm a little bit concerned about his minutes. I don't know if he starts. Ayarthabal is better than Yamal for fantasy. 100% right, but Ayarthabal is a forward and Yamal is a midfielder. And forwards, I've got no problem. I've got so many forwards I'd love to have. Not enough midfielders I'd love to have. Bet on Mo Salah? Yeah, you definitely could. You definitely could. What do you think about captain Vinny, Saibari or Hakimi? Vinny is your sensible one. Hakimi is kind of the high risk, high reward pick. Saibari somewhere in between. So it really is a case of what do you prefer. Now, I prefer to go for Hakimi. I want my first captain of the match day, or one of my first captains of the match day, to be as risky as possible. I love a big risky captain to start off the match day. And then we could later on, we'll go for some slightly more sensible ones if the risky ones don't work out. Tariq, thank you very much for becoming a member of the channel, my friend. Will O'Reilly start? I think he will. I think he will. Don't you fear Kane might not start / play a few minutes? No. England need to win their final game. England need to win the final game, and Kane is the best player in the England squad, so he's going to be a huge part of that. Why not Saibari captain over Hakimi if you want risky? Well, because Hakimi's got a higher ceiling. It's not just risk, it's also reward. Hakimi's clean sheet is worth more than the Saibari assist. A Hakimi goal is worth more than a Saibari goal. Their assists are worth the same, of course. So the routes to points for Hakimi, there are more of them. If he hits a few of them, you know, Hakimi, there is a world in which Hakimi, we've seen it. I think let's have a look. Got a super chat here, by the way, from Jikati, who says, second in league by 1 point, worth no Mbappe or Gakpo. That's not, for the sake of 1 point, that's not really a place I'd be looking to take the risks. But, like, if you want to, like, if you don't like certain players, then absolutely. So, if we got a game like, was it last World Cup Fantasy? Where he did absolutely insane one game. I can't remember when it was. Maybe it wasn't in the last World Cup Fantasy. Or maybe it was a long time ago. But, for example, if you get a game, and it's perfectly feasible, where Hakimi gets a goal and an assist in the same game and a clean sheet. Not that he's ever done it before, to be fair. He's never done it before. But, you know, even a goal and a clean sheet, and he's going to be... Let's check the points. What's the point scoring? So, goal is 9. So if he scored and got a clean sheet, and he's done that many times before, then that's 16 points. Now, if Saibari wants to get 16 points, he's going to need 2 goals. Will 2 goals do it? He's not going to get scouting bonus, so it'd be 9 points for 1 goal, and another goal is going to be. So yeah, it's not even 2 goals is not even going to guarantee him 16 points. He's going to need 3 returns. Saibari's going to need 3 attacking returns to match Hakimi with a clean sheet and 1 attacking return. Goal is 7. Oh, I looked at the wrong one. Okay, so it's 2 to match. So Saibari 2 goals, or Hakimi clean sheet and a goal? What's more likely? Or, you know, can Hakimi get an assist? It's Haiti, for heaven's sake. Hakimi, goal involvement. If he can get a similar amount of goal involvements to Saibari, or even slightly less, plus his clean sheet, huge. Huge. Absolutely huge. Diaz is better than Hakimi, though. Penalty taker. No, Hakimi's the penalty taker. That's the other thing. This is what I'm saying. Morocco get a penalty. Hakimi's taking it. If Morocco get 2 penalties in a game and a clean sheet, Hakimi's got 2 goals and a clean sheet. I don't know how likely that is. Like, let's be honest. I don't know how likely that is. But that's why it's high risk, high reward, right? Had Nuno, Mendes, Cucurella, and Laporte last week. 37 points. Attacking defenders are genuinely elite in this game. Yeah, man, I wish I could say the same thing. Struggling for defender points so far this tournament. Really, really am. That's what's let me down, I think. Diaz is the penalty taker, not Hakimi. Are you sure about that? Now, to be fair, I think there is a question mark over who will be penalty taker out of those two. But I am genuinely leaning towards Hakimi being the penalty taker over Diaz. We go Morocco penalty shooters. People seem very convinced that Diaz is on penalties over Hakimi, but if we look in 2026, this is a... That was the final where he missed, right? That's a shootout. He took some before. Why did I read that Hakimi was the penalty taker then? Why did I read that? Because I did read. He has taken some penalties in the past. I read that Hakimi and Diaz were the two penalty takers for Morocco. And I'm inclined to believe that it's shared between them. But given that Diaz missed the last one, don't see why Hakimi doesn't take the next one. Hakimi captain, Vinny vice captain. I mean, if you're doing manual captain switches, vice captain is utterly pointless. Does anyone know if Doku will play? I think he is going to play. I think he is going to play. Fofana over 5. So I hear, Max. So I hear. Diaz is first, Hakimi is second, so says AI. Yeah, well, if I know anything about AI, it's absolutely useless for football. Anything to do with football. Joe says, just make sure your vice captain is the second best player from a team. You've got 2+ players on. Yeah. You can move your vice captain though in game though, right? But that is what I do. But vice captain becomes useless as soon as you change your captain once. Who would be your favorite midfielder under 5% ownership? I mean, Kamada's got to be in that conversation. Thoughts on Gakpo minutes? Good, very good. 80, 90 minutes. Midfielder for 4.9? I don't think there is one. Is Juve worth it? Not in my opinion, no. Who was the chap who subbed on at left back for Senegal the other night? I thought he looked pretty good. And I think there's a good chance he plays or starts the next game. Defender for 4.3 million. Oh, there's loads for 4.3 million. Aren't you sponsored by an AI helper for normal fantasy? Absolutely not. The Premier League and Premier League associated brands, for whatever reason, just don't want to come anywhere near me. They will collaborate with every single other fantasy content creator but me. It's embarrassing at this point. I must have pissed someone off at some moment. Someone high up in the Premier League at some moment in my life, which is frustrating because I love the Premier League, but it is what it is. All I can do is keep working hard and trying to put out the best content. Mbappe, Mane, or Sarr, Mane, or Sarr, Elise. Oh, out of those choices, Mbappe, Mane. How come you're not confirming your wildcard? My wildcard is already well and truly active. Fantasy Football Hub. That's not AI, that's machine learning. and it's more algorithmic. It's not like a literal AI agent, like in the same, like it's not a large language model. What I probably should have said is that large language models are useless when it comes to football. Algorithms and modeling and stuff like that is actually pretty good. Vinny Jr. and Cunha. Vinny Jr. great. Cunha okay, not bad. I think there's just better forwards to go for. Best midfielder for 5.9. Kamada, probably. Kamada or Somerville? Do you think Trossard gets more points than Mane? If I'm choosing between the two, I would go Mane. Joe says, always wondered that, to be fair. Surprised I've not seen you on the FPL show. Absolutely deserve to be there if it helps. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, I think I must have annoyed someone high up at the Premier League at some point during my now, 5-6 years on YouTube doing FPL stuff. Yeah. I'm not bitter about it at all. Do changes and show us the final team. How about no? Here, have this team. This is my old team. You can have this one. You can have this team as much as they like. They must be a member of the show team gang. Oh, yeah. You know what's actually crazy? I'm so not used to being the guy who everyone wants to copy their team. That's not usually me in fantasy games. But in this tournament, I've seemed to be doing very well with content-wise, and people have gathered around me and desperately want to see my team so they can copy it. Well, a lot of people anyway. Not everyone. But a lot of people just want to copy my exact team. Which, like, if you want to play fantasy games that way, I mean, who am I to tell you don't? But it's a bit boring, though. I totally understand getting inspiration from other people's teams, but I feel like if it was me, I'd want to at least add my own pizzazz to that team. So it felt like a little bit my own accomplishment, I guess. Oh, dear. We all love the mustache. Is that true, Bacon Man? Is that true? I've had mixed reviews, but I appreciate it, my friend. What about Yarthabal? I like him, man. I like him. Any sub 4 million keepers? Yeah, there's a Jiao who plays for Senegal and Mustafa who plays for Egypt. Didn't you tweet a lot of not nice stuff back in the day? I mean, yeah. I mean, if we're going back like 5 years ago, I was pretty like sarcastic. I wouldn't say not nice stuff, but yeah, I was often like cheeky and sarcastic with people. Not really realizing that these would have major lifestyle repercussions. You know, 6 years now down the line. But yeah, I used to I used to really bite and get in arguments with people on Twitter. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. Still living off that reputation. Frustrating. But yeah, I just used to bite with arguments so much. Is this the final team? No, it's not. The final team, there is no final team until deadline, man. Should we take Elise? I don't mind Elise. You don't like Katic? I knew people wouldn't like Katic. It's a little rogue. It's a little bit rogue. I like him though. Like, I like that he is really, he has the aerial threat. He's like a high risk, high reward first match player. And if it doesn't work out, you know, we'll get rid. We'll get rid. We'll sub out. You want to see the odds? Yes. This is, by the way, this is, if you do want to check out these odds, this is FPLJoe.com. FPL Joe, who may or may not still be in the chat, is made this incredible tool. And it shows the projected goals and clean sheet odds for all the teams. Does it for FPL as well when FPL comes back around, which is going to be great. Some of them not in the predicted lineup. Fair enough. Different people have different predictions. I wouldn't say there is any the predicted lineup, but I will be, you know, the first to admit I am also a little bit worried about Somerville's minutes, and that's why I have taken him out of my latest draft. Because yeah, I too am a little bit worried. And I've gone for the double, as it stands, double Netherlands defense. Midfielder for 6.3 is Diaz, 6.3. Diaz, 6.4, damn. Legend Dan, over 1,000 visitors to the site in the last hour. And hugely thanks to your support. Good to hear, Joe. Good to hear, man. You deserve it, man. Genuinely. Messi or Kane? For me, it's Kane. But honestly, I'm not here to say that Messi is a bad shout at all. I mean, I simply didn't put Messi in my Matchday 1 team, and there's like 2 accounts who will not stop like spamming me in the comments and on social media. Look how good Messi is. You're a Messi hater, and that's why you're never going to succeed in fantasy. Messi hater. You know how many Ballon d'Or Messi's got? You're a Messi hater. I'm not a Messi hater. I just didn't pick him in my fantasy team. I mean, come on, man. Messi is obviously the GOAT. You go fight the Ronaldo fans, man, not me. I'm just a guy who didn't put Messi in the fantasy team. Man, you're just a Messi hater. No, I just liked Mbappe, man. I just liked Mbappe. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Oh dear. Van Dijk or Dumfries? I prefer Dumfries. Best midfielders under 7 million. By the way, everyone in the chat calling me a Messi hater now. I'm just the guy. I'm just a chill guy. Chill guy. Come on, man. You know what's crazy as well? I literally have a Messi shirt in my collection. I literally own it's still got the tags on because I value it so much. I literally own a Messi football shirt. Like, come on, man. What? How can I be a Messi hater? You know what? I should probably actually put this up. Maybe put it here so people can see. See, that is proof. You can't see it behind the super chat, but we have definitive proof I'm not a Messi hater. We got proof now. Super chat from a guy from Twit says, Manzambi, Mane and Kamada, 3.2 in the bank. Any advice? Yeah, upgrade Manzambi to like 3.2 in the bank. You can get a decent upgrade out of that. Should we have a look? Let's help you out. So, Manzambi is 5.6. You've got 3.2 in the bank, which will give you 8.8. Quite a lot. Who can you get for 8.8? It's not decent, man. Honestly, I know I'm going a little bit lower, but honestly, the answer might be like a Saibari or a Diaz, genuinely. Unless you want to take a punt on like a Sabitzer, potentially. Don't know, man. Maybe actually it's elsewhere in your team you could upgrade. The other option is to upgrade Mane to like a Yamal or a Salah. That's the other option. But I'm not massively keen on Manzambi for this match day, at least. Get McTominay in. I actually want to do well in fantasy, so no. Best midfielder under 7 million. Sabitzer, Diaz, Saibari, Kamada. Under 7 million. There's a few others I don't mind, though their names escape me. If you think Enzo Fernandez is going to start, you can maybe go there. Yeah, we are limited in midfield. Why is Verbruggen locked? What do you mean, why is Verbruggen locked? What does that sentence mean? I'm on 8th position in my league. I really need a boost. You want a wild card? If so, you could be well in for a boost. Comedy Addict says, I've been asked, Dan, but Messi will play at least 45 minutes, maybe better than Mbappe against Norway. No. I mean, Mbappe is completely fixture-proof. He scored twice against Senegal already. He scored a hat-trick in the World Cup final, for heaven's sake. And Norway, I've watched both Norway games in full. They're not that good defensively. Like, they're a good side, and obviously Ødegaard, Haaland in attack, really, really strong. But like their defense is not that strong. Goalkeeper is an island. Is, you know, it's okay. Defenders generally, centre backs, full backs. They're like okay players, but you know, nothing that Mbappe can't handle. And just the Mbappe Elise link up right now is just crazy. It's crazy, man. I've been called a Ronaldo lover now. Not just a Messi hater, but a Ronaldo lover. I don't have a Ronaldo football shirt in my collection. I don't even own a Portugal football shirt. What can I say, man? What can I say? Deary me. Elise or Salah? I think I prefer Salah. I think. But, like, maybe that's penalty bias. Stop yapping and finalise my team, bro. What do you mean? My team's fine. Yapper only 5 minutes left. I'm not yapping. I'm answering your questions. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about yourselves, guys. If you got any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. Who's the captain at 11 p.m.? It is going to be Hakimi for me, I think. Bosnian goalkeeper or Fofana? I still go for Fofana. Can I see your subs? Oh, wait. Sorry, I didn't realise. We weren't on screen. Let's check the 5% players. Is anyone gone over the line? Are they doing any more updates or not? Is there any other updates? I actually don't know. Maybe there aren't any updates now. Well, let's see. Best 3.5 goalkeeper to go with Verbruggen. I guess Mustafa at Egypt. I kept Medina. There's still time to change. Shift plus F5. What, on this page? I don't even have a... I'm on a PC. I'm not on a PC, sorry. I'm on a Mac. Which Argentina defender would you suggest? None of them. I really am struggling to crack them, to be honest. Well, we need to keep an eye on... I don't think they're doing any more updates. They do once every hour, so there's not going to be any updates now on this. So, okay. Let's see here then. Are we clear? You're 4.6. You're 1. You're 3.7. You're 4.6. You're 3.7. It's only 4 minutes past every hour. That's how they update it publicly. I see. Well, that actually does explain last week then, no? Kamada 4.6 is iffy. It is, to be fair, isn't it? It is iffy. And he probably will go over. But, whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But no, I think I'm pretty much happy with this. I think I'm pretty much happy. It looks good to me. This works. Man, the show team gang coming out crazy. They want to see every single player so they can copy everyone. Guys, if you make the decision to copy player for player every single player here, and you lose scouting bonus or the players don't perform to your expectations, it is 100% on you. I do want to just say that. Ochoa confirmed to start today. Ochoa versus... Oh, no, I wouldn't touch the Mexico defense with nothing to play for. Senesi versus O'Reilly. Again, wouldn't really be looking to touch Argentina because of rotation risk. I'd go for O'Reilly there. So, Verbruggen and O'Reilly, I guess, to answer that question. Show team. Can I see the subs? Where's your captain? What are you doing here? What are you playing? Are you sure about this team? This is definitely your last team. Jesus Christ, guys. You need to chill. You need to chill. Zico of Egypt. I don't even know what that means. Oh, well, that's the guy who's... Yeah, that's the guy who scored some goals. I'm believing in Somerville. Fair enough, man. It's good to hear. Thanks for the help, Dan. You're welcome, my friend. You're most perfectly welcome. I think you have a solid team. Good to hear, COD. Good to hear. Brahim Diaz or Mane. I think if I had the budget to move Diaz to Mane, I probably would. But I couldn't really figure out a way of working that I liked. So we're going with what we got. We're going with what we got. We've got like 50 seconds, by the way, left, guys, by the way, before the deadline, which is crazy. You know what's crazy? As soon as I threw my team on screen, like 500 people left. They really were here just to copy the team and bugger off. See you later then, I guess. Oh dear. Messi is playing. Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Kamada is such hit and miss. Yeah, man, but like a lot of players are. You have Katic as captain. Oh no. No, that's very much intentional. Katic goal would be so sick. Yeah, man, if we can get a clean sheet goal from Katic, it's so on. It's so on. We got a captain locked for the rest of the match day. Now show your real team. You know what? I should have a public facing team and a personal team. But anyway, guys, we are locked in now. So any thoughts on changing your team or indeed my team is now no longer an option. However, I do appreciate you guys joining me today. I'm going to go watch the football, but please do leave a like. Before you go, please do leave a like. Hopefully you enjoyed my fake team. This is my real team, and it's gone. No, I'm joking. That was my real team. We can't see it now, but that was my real team. Clean sheet shield. Well, Joe. It would appear you were right. Clean sheet shield. That for me, very briefly. By the way, whilst I'm doing this outro monologue, please do leave a like before you go. Massively appreciate it. And do feel free to subscribe if you like these streams. You want to see them every week. Yeah, that screams to me KG quarterfinals, semi-finals, maybe, or is it round of 16? I guess it depends what the matchups are like. I think it's so hard to say. We need to know who's playing who in round of 32. It's so difficult to say when that clean sheet shield is going to be the most useful, other than to say when clean sheets are more likely. When there's a lot of projected clean sheets, a lot of easy to predict clean sheets, and you're just kind of covering against the odd goal being conceded. I'm going to really need that clean sheet shield release semi, no further explanation. Hope you mean semi-finals. Nah, the semi-finals and the finals for me is max captain territory. New wildcard now, please. I don't even know who's going to be who's even qualified yet. FPL Mate the Goat says, "Love you, my goat. Love you too, FPL Mate the Goat. I love you've made a YouTube account that's named after me. That's legendary." I'm not really happy with my team side. Didn't get to think about my midfield much. It's tough, man. I think it's impossible to create the perfect midfield. So go with whatever you've got, really. Is this chip a surprise? Well, FPL Joe actually predicted it a while ago. He looked in the code and found it, so he did already kind of know. Katic scored, yeah, right. I am gonna go watch him score though now, guys. If Katic scores a goal, I want you all to think of me. I want you to think about my smiling, happy face if Katic scores, even if he gets a clean sheet. Just think, oh, that'll make Dan happy. That'll make Dan happy, because it will. Right, anyway, guys, I'm going to head. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you, as always. Thank you for the continued support on the channel. Enjoy the football. We'll be back for more videos for the Matchday 4 round of 32. Although it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to make videos, because this round of fixtures ends, and then the round of 32 starts the next day. So... oh, as always, everything in this game is very much last minute with locking things in. But regardless, guys, thank you guys. Cheers. Appreciate you. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.